What's good, my dudes? We're back in the saddle with another YouTube banger, and today we're going to be talking about gold card prices. It's Tuesday, and this is the Monday market analysis. One day late, as usual. I think from now on, the Monday market analysis videos will actually be on Tuesdays, just because it gives time for the mint numbers to catch up now that they've changed the way the minting occurs. So there's a little bit more lag between when the gold cards finish minting and when we get the final mint numbers. For that reason, I think it'll be better to do these videos on Tuesday going forward. That way I have a little more info to share with you guys, a little bit more up-to-date info. So I guess basically we'll start with what the official lowest mint is now, and that's actually Windsword. Unfortunately, Windsword is a spell, so maybe it's not as desirable, but with 314 mints, this was last week's lowest mint and actually the lowest mint of all time in Skyweaver since the beginning of soft launch. So that was set 21, and the average mint number for set 21 was 342 cards. So this one came in about 30 or so below the average. The week prior, just to remind you guys, was 429 average per card, and before that was 410. So yeah, we are trending downwards still. I would expect that to continue, but this week, there is a strange thing that not strange, but there's an interesting thing that the devs are doing where they're rewarding people with silver cards and tickets for playing the game, sort of as a celebration for the ambassador program and maybe just a way to liven up the queues a bit. If that's effective, then we could see the mint numbers go up a little bit. Aside from that, I would expect them to continue this downward trajectory, but this could be the lowest mint of all time. It's very possible. It seems like we're right on the verge of sustainability for for conquest. If the mint numbers get much lower, it's going to be hard to find a game in the queue. The queues are already sort of long. That being said, let's look at the average number of daily conquest players. It looks like back on back on the 23rd of April, we bottomed out at 307 unique players. Ever since then, we have been trending upwards a little bit. And so for the past 3 days, we've been going up. And from the bottom to where we are now, we've almost seen an increase of around 20% or something. So pretty huge jump when you consider the short time frame there. I mean, in terms of percentage gain, that's pretty impressive. If this continues, then that would probably mean that Windsword ends up being the lowest mint card in the game. And the lowest mint unit is now officially Cinder. So if you're one of these guys that feels like units are way more valuable because they sit on the board and you get to show off the gold border a little bit more, then Cinder might be the card to invest in now. It's 327, and based on the Conquest daily user stats and all of that, there's a very decent possibility that this ends up being the lowest mint card of all time. I never noticed this cool book this guy is carrying, though. That's pretty dope art, actually. So yeah, Cinder is the card of the week for sure. Let's jump into some of the other graphs and just look at the broad overview of where the market's at. So average gold card buy price continues to dip, and I guess in some ways that's to be expected because every week, we're dumping another 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 cards onto the market. And if there's no new money coming in, average gold card price is just going to dip as a result. Just simple math there. Same thing with cost to buy one of each gold card on the market. You'd think this would hold a bit more steady because while, the average gold card buy price is going down, we're adding new cards to the market every week, 8 new cards. So, and you do see that reflected a little bit. This is held a bit more steady. But we're flirting with the bottom of when I started recording way back in January. So we're right off the all-time low. We'll have to see if we're able to break that low. I don't think we will personally, but I'm definitely not confident in that prediction. With how close it is, it's looking I don't know, it's looking weird. So anyway, the in-game market cap, this is the one I've been watching the most of late, and you can see it's been going sideways all the way since the beginning of April here. But even though it looks pretty sideways, day after day, it's still dipping little bit by little bit. I'd love to see this just take a little bit of an uptick here this next week. Unless this one can turn around, then everything else is just going to follow suit, I feel like. Price by set. This one's getting real messy because there's so many sets now. You can't really tell much from this graph. I might have to change the way this is organized, but for now, the basic gist is that set 5 and set 4 continue to dip because, well, they're not the lowest mint sets anymore. All of these are converging. Price by supply. I think last video I did, we were talking about this straight line that seems to remain pretty consistent throughout the entire chart. Regardless of how much supply there is of a card, it seems like there's a certain floor where the price doesn't go below it. At the last video, that floor was around I think it was 650, and sure enough, we're now at 550. So this line continues to fall. How low it goes, nobody knows, but as of now, the floor seems to be right around 550 for buy price for a card, which means sell price, what is $454? How much lower? I don't know. Yeah, it's crazy to think it got this low. So at this point, I guess it's anyone's guess, but it's hard to lose money if you buy at this price, I think. Anyway, the top 15 cards by market cap, Mutichi is really... There was a minute where Mutichi actually had dethroned Nakamoto as the highest market cap card. Right now, Nakamoto clearly in the lead. It's interesting to think about what this says about the type of people that are holding Nakamoto. Maybe it was just some early speculators who came in right at the beginning of soft launch, saw that Nakamoto was the most expensive card, and have never looked back. They're just kind of holding it. Yeah, maybe some whales came in with Nakamoto, people who don't really care if the price goes up or down. They just kind of bought it and forgot about it. Maybe that's the case with Nakamoto. Either way, he's way overvalued relative to everything else in the game right now. I mean, pure meme factors going on. But yeah, after that is Mutichi, and what's really interesting is that really none of the cards from the current sets are showing up in the top 15 right now. For a brief moment, Phoenix was in here, but he was just, people were just buying him because he was temporarily the lowest mint, and now that he's not, everyone jumped that ship. So everyone's still waiting. The story right now is it's just the waiting game. Everyone's waiting to see where the mint numbers really bottom out at, and then once we know that, people will be able to pile into the lowest mint card with a relative degree of certainty. So right now everybody's kind of sitting on the sidelines, moving their money around, trying to catch the bottom. Bottom, I mean mint-wise. And until that's really confirmed, it's hard to really speculate where the prices are going to go for any individual card. So yeah, this week's going to be really interesting to watch. Set 22 is currently minting. The cards that are being minted include Broomshroom, Bauble, Speedster, Draco, Mantium, Puppet Strings, Demon Pact, Incinerate, Eliminate. I would say all mint numbers being equal, Dracomanium's probably going to end up the most valuable. He's the metal dragon of the game. He's the dragon that strength gets access to. And there really is a limited number of dragons in this game. I think there's basically one for every element I was looking at the other day. So dragons should be at a premium, I think, and Dracomanium is no exception. We'll have to see, though. Yeah, probably there'll be more to say next week after these mint numbers come in, because if these mint numbers end up higher than last week, then maybe we can speculate about the price of Cinder or something like that, which might be fun. But until then, guys, I think that's going to wrap it up for this video. And until next time, peace out.